temperature is Sum 41. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ranking the Studio Albums. I'm Chris Norwood, your host. I'm on a journey to hear every song ever recorded. Please like and subscribe because I'm going over every musician in the history of the world. Today we're going to be ranking the studio albums by famous pop punk band Sum 41. Are you guys ready? Now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 albums. And this was a tricky one. I have been a Sum 41 fan, gosh, for 19 years now. They have had some ups and downs for sure. I definitely don't enjoy everything they do. They're not one of those bands where they're just 100% rocking all the time. They definitely do have some bad albums in my opinion. And we're going to be jumping into my opinions right now. We're going to kick things off with the worst and work our way up to the best, as you may already know about these kinds of videos. So let's see. Coming in, the worst is going to be 2004's Chuck. I was extremely disappointed with this record when it came out. There was so much great pop punk coming out at the time. American Idiot, The Empire Strikes First. There's just a lot of really great pop punk rock coming out. And this was awful. I did not enjoy this one at all. And it was coming off the heels of, let's see, that was 2004. So this was coming off the heels of Does This Look Infected? And this was not a direction that I wanted Sum 41 to go. Let me take a look at this and see if there's anything I like. We're all to blame. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of decent tracks with maybe No Reason, Pieces, and that's about it. There's just not a lot here that I really enjoyed. I know there's this weird story behind Chuck and who Chuck is, but I just didn't like this album. I was very disappointed in it. One thing I will say, initially, up until maybe a few years ago, I thought that most of Sum 41's records were bad. And then I always enjoy music better when I'm on a jog, a walk, or a run. And I was walking on a trail in my town, listening to Sum 41 records, trying to, digest their entire catalog. Got a flea in my throat. Possibly. And they're actually a lot better than I initially thought. It takes a couple of listens. Sometimes albums take multiple listens to really, really figure out if you like it or don't like it or hate it or think it's the worst thing in the universe. And Sum 41, for me, it really took me maybe 2 or 3 listens an album to really say, okay, these are not bad. Except for Chuck. Chuck is bad. Coming in next is going to be 2016's Some Kind of Voices. 13 voices to be exact. How many songs are there? 10. I thought there was going to be 13. Okay. So these had like a string of really weird videos with these songs. Fake My Own Death was good. And let's see, it's hard for me to imagine some of these Sum 41 songs without hearing them, although I am familiar with them. This record had some decent tunes, but there's some filler here that just I can't abide by. So 13 Voices is the second worst Sum 41 record, and I promise, guys, if you're a big Sum 41 fan, it's going to get better. I promise. I'm not going to criticize everything that they do, maybe most of what they do. Coming in next is going to be 2007's Underclass Hero. And I really wanted to like this one when it came out. I did buy a physical copy of this one, ended up getting rid of it. The title track's okay. Walking Disaster, Dear Father is a good one. I did not enjoy May Poo Belly, whatever that is. March of the Dogs is alright. With Me is a good ballad. The Best of Me is pretty good. And overall, not a bad record, but not good enough to have on the shelf. I do feel like it was pulling a lot of inspiration from Green Day, trying to go in that direction a little bit more with that record, off of the success of American Idiot. Of course, that came out the same year as Chuck, and Chuck just went way off the rails. Not sure what happened there. So, we've got Chuck, 13 Voices, and an Underclass Hero. What's going to be next? I feel like things, at least in the terms of my own list, this is where things start to get a little bit better. Screaming Bloody Murder. This one came out in early 2011, and the title track and Baby You Don't Want to Know were the singles. And this is an album that I initially thought was bad, gave it a listen while I was out for a jog, out for a walk, and really kind of turned things around for this record. This one's pretty solid. Reason to Believe, Screaming Bloody Murder, Scum Bleep, Jessica Kill, What Am I to Say is a highlight for me. And then you get this weird A Dark Road Out of Hell trilogy, which I always love when a band or artist does something like this where there's like multiple parts to the same song. So that kind of initially made me like those three songs a little bit more, maybe if they were just individual tracks. Blood in My Eyes is a highlight. Baby You Don't Want to Know, I usually like a song like that, but for Sum 41 it just doesn't work. So Screaming Bloody Murder, definitely a real solid album. Almost solid. Almost. It's decent. I would rock it and not skip too many tracks off of Screaming Bloody Murder from 2011. But now, folks, now we're getting into the really good stuff, and I'm actually surprised I don't have this next one on a CD. I'm surprised at where this is sitting on my ranking, but it is what it is. It is what is on the paper. This is the debut album, All Killer No Filler, and the title is, unfortunately, Incorrecto Mongo. Okay, now it's a great album. It is a great album, but there is filler, and it is very poppy. Not very punky. Introduction to Destruction is pretty darn good. Nothing on My Back is okay. Never Wake Up is okay. Fat Lip, the classic tune that made me fall in love with this band. Got some great memories. My mom was very involved in my music listening habits, and she liked Fat Lip too. At one point, we thought that they were saying a bad word when they said abortion. She thought they were saying BS, but we figured it out. We figured out what they were saying. Still pretty offensive, but pretty funny. Rhymes doesn't really ring a bell today, 19 years later. Motivation and Into Deep were the singles. Behind Fat Lip, they were just all over the place back in the early 2000s. Summer was a re-recorded version from their EP, Half Hour of Power, which I did have a copy of that as well at 1.2. I thought it was a full album, but it was not. It was an EP. Handle This, Crazy Amanda Bumpface, All She's Got, Heart Attack, and Pain for Pleasure. little bit watered down, a little bit of a watered down pop punk piece, in my opinion. So there are, get this guys, we are at my number 2 spot. That's 4, that's okay. 2, that's 2, right? Yeah, number 2, we are at my top 2 favorite Sum 41 records. All Killer and No Filler is not in my top 2. It's in my top 3. Not in my top 2 or my top 1 or my top 41. Coming in next, a surprising late era Sum 41 record, In Order in Decline. This thing really surprised me, especially in like so far out in 2019. Sum 41, who hadn't really blown me away with the record in many years, probably like about 17 years, and they blew me away with Order in Decline. I was very happy, felt like this was a return to form in the form that I like. This is the Sum 41 that I really can get behind. Like, there's a Sum 41 song about something about getting behind the devil. Turning Away, Out for Blood, The New Sensation, A Death in the Family, Heads Will Roll, 45, A Matter of Time, A Political Track, Never There, Eat You Alive, The People versus Catch Fire. Even the acoustic bonus tracks for the Target and bonus versions are pretty darn good. Heads Will Roll, Catching Fire. The album is pretty freaking sweet. Have you guys guessed it? Have you guys guessed? Here's my ranking the studio albums notes. There's so many. There's mail and stuff mixed in with it. Some that I've done. Anyway, the greatest Sum 41 record of all time is going to be... Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Everybody on YouTube, say I'm ready. Say I'm ready. Okay. You in the back. You in the back. Hey, did you say you're ready or you're not ready? Can't hear you. You're ready. You're ready. Okay, you ready? Woo! Does this look infected? I think this does look infected. Does this look infected? The greatest Sum 41 record of all time. I had to defend it. I had to defend the parental advisory sticker to my parents. And I think, you know what's weird about the clean version is that they actually kind of made his face where you couldn't really see that he's a zombie, a bloody zombie. Because in clean versions, you're not allowed to show blood or zombies. Really lame. This is a two-disc set with a DVD, and we're going to jump right into this. Love the album art, iconic. Love the back cover. You got the band members with a tombstone and a really clean track listing there. Tom Lord-Alge, he mixes and produces Lucifer. Oh, Lucifer worked on this record too. Wow. Oh, this is one of the best smelling records of all time. I'm going to get the booklet out. Get the discs out. Wow. Not too scratched up. Let's take a look at this DVD. You got Cross the T's and Gorge Your Eyes. Thing looks like it's only been played once. Oh my goodness. And you got this skull. Really cool. Really love this orange and green. Definitely need an album. Definitely want this. Oh my gosh. Really thick booklet too. Oh man. You got the band members there in zombie form. You got some nice clean lyric pages with filthy lyrics, zombifications. Oh man. Ooh, love that green. This reminds me of Warning from Green Day, except with zombies. Steve-O. Derek. Chris. Bonus lyrics. Oh, you get the bonus lyrics for the DVD songs. That's pretty cool. You get Sum 41 thanking a lot of people. Matt and Dan and the Ladies' Choice, Brian Gibney. All songs written by Sum 41 in 2002. You get some Sum 41 merch. I only had 3 albums in a DVD. Actually, I had a fan club little thing in there. Now let's just jump right into the songs, shall we? So on this record, you get Sum 41 lineup of what? Sir Biznatch, guitarded, the Right Honorable Sir Captain David Brown Sound of the 1st Airborne Regiment Heavyweight Champion PhD Riffa Mortis. I don't remember this. Cone, Free Baser. Steve-O, Dirty Poo, Skin, Sins, and Twins. The Heck song, everybody's got their problems. Everybody says the same thing to you. It's just a matter how you solve them. Over My Head, Better Off Dead. What Happened to You? Yeah, these are some of the best Sum 41 songs ever. My Direction kind of sounds like it came off their debut album, but it's better. A lot more hard rocking. Still Waiting. Absolutely my favorite Sum 41 music video and single to date. ANIC. You look like butt, you smell like poop, so why you're such a jerk? You walk around like you're the chest, you always make me sick. Bound for agony, life's catastrophe. You look like butt, you smell like poop, so why you such a jerk? You walk around like you're the work, you always make me, so yeah. Not sure what ANIC stands for, but you could probably guess. It's pretty filthy and it's hilarious. Got him that parental advisory sticker. No Brains is great. All Messed Up. Reading the lyrics to Mr. Amsterdam about hopeless dreaming. Paint it black. The world's a sinking ship. And our baggage is too heavy. I can't stop believing there's something to be said. This is a really dark album for all the pop punk sounds that it vibes with. Just a lot of really nasty medical and natural disaster type stuff in the lyrics. Thanks for Nothing. Hyper Insomnia Parachondroid. Let's see, Billy Spleen. A lot of S words on this album. Hooch is a banger. And the bonus tracks are kind of weird from the Sum 41 side projects. So yeah, this is a really, really great record. The Heck song, Better Off Dead, My Direction, Still Waiting. There really are no bad tracks on here. It can be a little front-loaded with the first few tracks being a little bit better than the last few tracks. But overall, there's not really anything skippable on this thing. and I really love it. It will always be in my collection. It'll probably always be my favorite Sum 41 record. I hope not. I hope that maybe, their future albums would be better. But for me personally, just my personal taste, as of 2020, this is the greatest Sum 41 record of all time. So, if you're new here, please like and subscribe. I don't care about notification buttons or sharing or any of that bull hoopla. I don't care about Instagram or any of that. All I care about is subscribers. You can hate this video. You just gotta watch it and then subscribe. You can hate me. You can hate me more if you subscribe. So keep that in mind, punk rockers. Keep that in mind.